Hello. Phish and the Grateful Dead are two of my favorite bands. They're the two bands I've spent the most time listening to, probably, definitely the most time seeing live and investing in mentally and emotionally. They have some great songs. They also have some pretty bad songs. So, I'm giving you a list of the 10 best and 10 worst Grateful Dead songs and the 10 best and 10 worst Phish songs. This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be because there's a million different ways to do it. There's you can There are technically amazing songs like Terrapin Station that are among the best Grateful Dead songs, but they don't vary that much version to version. Same for Phish with songs like It's Ice, or they might be great songs, but they're not my favorite song because I perceive both these bands as being primarily live acts, and they're not spectacular improvisation vehicles. So they're not what you look forward to hearing at a show. So I wanted to get the 10 songs you want to hear at a show. But then it's different year to year because different years have peaks for different songs. So I gave the years for the song and the year for the best Phish, Grateful Dead, and then the worst. So I'll start with the Dead. Start with the worst Dead. Samba in the Rain. Cliche. It's a terrible song. It has no redeeming qualities. It's awful corny lyrics. The melody is bizarre and terrible. The vocals are very cringe-inducing. It's a terrible piece of garbage. Picasso Moon. Also unlistenable. Bad lyrics. The most awkward Bobby rhythms possible. Jerry just sounds like I don't know what he's doing. The guitars sound like a duck farting. France. Who is this for? I don't understand. I love that this exists. It's so bad that it's almost perfect. I'm bleeding. I have bad coordination. But yeah, France? Like what were they going for? I think Lil George must have just had some like really good coke in the studio. Uh Easy to Love You. Brent, love you, Brent. You're awesome. I only gave you one bad song, dude. This could have gone a whole different way. This could have been a lot more. Brent, we have an understanding. Corrina, terrible. You don't want to hear it ever. I don't even think it's probably a cover, but whatever. Half of the Dead songs are covers. Yeah, and it's awkward, it's bad, it's that Bobby, you're just bummed out when you hear it. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna go piss. I'll be back in 7 minutes. Liberty. Now, this is a terrible song. This is why Republicans listen to the Grateful Dead. Tucker Carlson is a deadhead, and I blame this song specifically. Victim or the Crime. It's I don't yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything. Just listen to it. Just listen to that. Stop this. Go listen to Victim or the Crime. Come back here. All right. Explain yourself. Money, Money, bad. It's on a great album. It's in a great era. It's just like a stupidly. The lyrics are dumb. The melody's hack. It's a bad early song. Day Job. Many people's least favorite Dead song. Rules. It's Deal, faster. Do you not like Deal? The lyrics are good. they're just about something that people don't want to talk about. And my one controversial pick, I did this for Phish and the Dead. I gave you one thing that people like that's bad, because I don't want to just piss on the stuff everybody already knows is bad. The wheel, it's bad. I don't want to hear it ever after drum space, and I'm always going to hear it after drum space. And it's always slow, and it never really takes off. I know, there's some wheels, there's some cool wheels, like early wheels. There's some good 77 wheels. I like the intro to the Grateful Dead movie. I understand. It's too hippie. The lyrics are too cringy, hippie. Just fucking, ugh. This is what I think the Grateful Dead sounds like to other people, and it's embarrassing. The Wheel is not a good song. Those are the 10 worst Grateful Dead songs. The 10 best Grateful Dead songs. This is a much more enjoyable list for me to describe. Okay, this I could only fit 10, so it was hard. But I picked songs that are great classic Dead songs that also you want to hear live versions of, because that's what I'm interested in, is consuming live recordings of the Grateful Dead, or seeing people pretend to be the Grateful Dead in a live setting. Alright, coming in at 10, Cryptical, That's It for the Other One. 69. Yeah. It's one of their best suites, one of their best jams. 69 is probably the peak. It's definitely the peak of the Cryptical Other One. You could say Other One peaks 72, 73 maybe? 72 probably. But Other One, Cryptical, great. 73, Here Comes Sunshine. This is one of the only kind of controversial maybe picks, but listen to any version of Here Comes Sunshine from 1973. It's a great song. The jam is one of their best jams, and it's underrated. It's one of their best songs. 74, China Cat Rider. Any China Cat Rider from the early 70s to the mid 70s is great. 74 has my favorite versions of it. And I know you're thinking, China Cat Rider, these are two songs. We're going to get to Scarlet Fire. Those are two songs. Cryptical Other One, these are two songs. Your two songs. Alright? You're watching this shit. You have YouTube. You make a fucking video, bitch. Alright? Okay. 71, Bertha. Does anything feel better than a 71 Bertha? It's just, that's what I want to hear at every Grateful Dead show, is something that sounds like 71 Bertha. As the opener, hopefully. Perfect song. This progression after that Jerry solos, that little phrase that he plays, that's like my favorite, like, 8 measures of Grateful Dead, is like Jerry taking the solo after the second verse. 79, Scarlet Fire. Scarlet Fire is obviously fucking amazing. The only thing that's controversial is 79. Listen to a bunch of 79 Scarlet Fires and you will understand. 77 Scarlet Fires are good. They don't vary a lot. They don't get as they don't go in as interesting directions as the 79 ones. 79 has a few versions of Scarlet Fire that are far superior to any other versions. 82, Shakedown Street. Used to be the heart of town. Don't tell me this town ain't got no heart. Don't you dare tell me that. 76, Crazy Fingers, number 4. This might be kind of controversial to people, but to me, Crazy Fingers is one of the most underrated Grateful Dead songs, and any version in 1976 is transcendent. It's beautiful. The lyrics are some of Hunter's best lyrics. The chord progression is beautiful, kind of reggae. It's it's an amazing song. And the jam's really good. That's why I included it, right? Because there's other songs. There's like a lot of ballads that I love. There's a lot of just random short songs that are my favorite Grateful Dead songs. But this checks all the boxes. 76 Crazy Fingers coming in at number 4. Number 3, 77 Mississippi Half Step. Yeah. Amazing chord progression. One of the best end solo progressions across the Rio Grande. Lyrics are great. It's a wonderful, wonderful Grateful Dead song. Number 3. Number 2, 74 Eyes. Yeah, Eyes of the World. One of the greatest songs ever written by any band. Their peak of performing it live was in 1974. And there's something better than a 74 Eyes? Yeah, there's only one thing, okay? A Dark Star from 1969. If you don't like 1969 Dark Star, I don't. Okay. We're doing Phish? Let's do Phish. The worst Phish. This could be a very long list. It's 10. I picked the Phish songs that are the most, like, offensive to me. And for number 10, worst Phish song, I have Strange Design. Now this is like the wheel. People like Strange Design because it's an early bad song. It's the first bad Phish song. You can check the dates. In my opinion, this checks out. It's a bad song. It's very corny. It has an awkward melody. The lyrics are cringe. It sucks. Yeah. I know people have, like, nostalgia. It's a terrible song. Sorry. Number 9, I put Jennifer Dances. But Jennifer Dances is so terrible, like France, that it's almost great. It's kind of like a Schrodinger's jam band. But it's unquestionably terrible. It almost seems intentionally terrible, which makes me kind of want to forgive it. But it can't be forgiven. It's terrible. It's just, yeah, it's bad. You shouldn't have. It's not. This joke is not funny to me. It is funny to me, but it's bad. It's one of the worst songs, so I put it there at number 9. Number 8. Okay, number 8, number 7, number 6, and number 5, and number 4. Okay. All right. I have to explain what this is. Recently, Phish, specifically Trey Anastasio Phish, has been writing a suite of these, like, uplifting, kind of Christian rock, self-help songs that are uniformly terrible. They all have very bad lyrics. Some of them can lead to good jams, but these are horrible. The inclusion of these songs is why I don't bother to catch Phish live much anymore, because a lot of the sets are centered around these. And they're terrible. Like, Jars of Clay is better than these songs. If you like these songs, listen to Christian rock. There are actually better Christian rock songs than any of these songs. They are terrible. They are everything that I hate about new Phish, and they feel like they go against everything I liked about Phish in the first place, which is the absurdism, the playfulness, the nihilism, the Dadaist, free association, like the abstract. This is the opposite. This is like a 45, 50-year-old suburban dad praying to God, going to fucking self-help groups telling you, ugh, they're terrible. Every one of these songs is terrible. I guess we'll go through them individually. More. Vibrating with love and light in a world gone mad. This song is garbage. It is a dumpster fire. Rise Come Together. They actually close sets with this now. Like they close a second set or encore with Rise Come Together. Watch the video. Watch the video on YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. Go search Rise Come Together and watch the video somebody made of like fucking zebras and like children in the conga and like a trans person running across a bus or something. Like listen, watch that like video and then understand why I can't do Phish anymore. Soul Planet, Set Your Soul Free. Just the soul. The soul. I didn't like my soul. I was out then. This, we don't have souls. I do not believe in souls. Yeah, so Rise Together, More, Set Your Soul Free, Soul Planet. Yeah. I'm officially off the Phish bandwagon, guys. Thanks for these songs. Tide Turns. Terrible song, no redeeming qualities. 20 years later. Terrible autobiographical, but really clumsily written, really corny, like bragging kind of autobiographical. The melody sucks. It's just awkward. It just, ugh. I hate this song. This is a terrible song, 20 years later. Let Me Lie. Gonna take my bike out, take my bike. Gonna ride it slowly, gonna ride just like I like. He takes his shirt off and feels the burn at one point. And the worst Phish song ever is The Line. The Line kills any momentum of any set that it's in. It has these really corny, terrible lyrics about a basketball player. And it's just everything that's bad about New Phish and everything that's missing about New Phish condensed into a song is The Line. And those are the worst Phish songs. Let's get to the best Phish songs. Number 10, Split Open and Melt, 1993. Split Open and Melt, great song. The jams in 93 get really evil. And it's a really cool progression to jam on. It's very unique. And legitimately like a dark, psychedelic, crazy. The versions in 93 especially. Great Phish song. That's number 10. Number 9, Carini from this year. Carini this year is a very good jam vehicle. Carini's been a very good jam vehicle since 2.0, 3.0, whatever. Since 2009. It's been one of the best jam vehicles. It's not one of the best songs. It's actually not even close to one of the best songs. It's a pretty bad song. But I like the way that it's bad. I think it's a good song because it's kind of more like dark and aggro than Phish usually is, and it's cool to hear that side of them. The jams can also get really dark and interesting. So it's number 9. Number 8, Possum from 92. People dislike Possum for the mediocre versions that are overplayed nowadays, but 92 Possums rule. Listen to any show from 92 that has a possum in it. It's like the peak of the tight kind of type 1 era, and Possum is the perfect vehicle for the machine gun tray fucking shredding. Possum 92. Now we're getting into the heavy hitters. Okay, Ghost 97. 97 is the best year for Ghost. There's a lot of good years for Ghost. Ghost is one of the best jam vehicles. Like Carini, it's one of the worst songs, but you don't listen to Phish for the songs. You don't read Playboy for the articles. 97 Ghosts. Listen to one. Pick one. Slave 96. 96 is the best year for Slave. 94, 95 are great years for Slave. I won't take that away from them. But 96 Slaves are the perfect slaves. And Slave, I'd be happy to hear it close any second set. It's a beautiful song. It's pretty simple. The soloing on the end progression is one of the most gorgeous things in any Phish song. I thought about doing 96 Simple because it's also the peak year for that song, and similarly has a simple song itself that's not one of the best Phish songs, but it has one of the prettiest and best jams. So you can sub in Simple for Slave, but we're keeping 96 and we're moving on to the top 4. Harry Hood. I can't figure out whether to do 1995 or 1994 for this one. I think it's 1994. I'm going with 1994. My 2 favorite Harry Hoods are from, I don't know. One of them is from 95, one of them is from 94. 94, 95 Hood. If I can have 2 years, use it for this one. If I can't, it's all 94 here on out. Tweezer 94. If you want to hear Phish improvise, you should listen to a Tweezer. If you want to hear the peak of their improvisational abilities, you should listen to a version from a show from 1994. You Enjoy Myself, 94. Again, you could argue 95. A lot of the ones that are 94, also you could argue 95. Which is probably the peak of the band as a creative force in a live act was 1993 to 1995. But You Enjoy Myself is one of the best, if not the best, songs. The composition is incredible. The way they play with the arpeggios and build up and then do these little prog sections, and then it all builds to the rumbling up and then the boy man god shit funk explosion and then the jam rolls. So that's number 2. Could be number 1, but really it can't be number 1 because there's a song called Reba. Reba is the best Phish composition. It also is the best jam vehicle. It's basically Inca Roads by Frank Zappa, which I want everything to be Inca Roads. Give me more Inca Roads' music. Alright. Yeah, the lyrics are like nonsensical, but they sound really cool. They kind of this song captures Phish to me, because the way they do nonsense lyrics here is exactly how I want nonsense lyrics. They sound meaningful and evocative and like they're telling a story, and there's all this cute wordplay, but it's kind of nonsensical if you try to analyze it and focus down on it. So, Reba's the best. Dark Star's the best.